I want to go back in time, just a couple of years back, to a movie that had a specific group of aliens that took the world by storm. And I'm talking about no other than the Quiet Place aliens. Now, these aliens make absolutely no sense. I mean, when you really think about them for 2 seconds, their arrival, the way they wipe out most of humanity, how they supposedly function, none of it adds up. And trust me, I'm no one here to praise our species, especially if you've been watching the last few of my videos. Humans are pretty much dumb. Let's just call a spade a spade. We're barely average. We're just a bunch of dumb creatures that continuously make a collection of embarrassing and questionable decisions, especially in movies. So most movie aliens should absolutely steamroll us, but not these aliens. In A Quiet Place, the creatures work as horror movie antagonists. They create tension, atmosphere, and dread, at least in the first film, and no one can deny that. But the moment you look past the emotional story and evaluate the aliens themselves, the whole thing kind of collapses. Their biology, their behavior, their weaknesses, none of it is built to survive a realistic, coordinated human response. Now, it's quite obvious that the filmmakers, they didn't really care about building a scientifically consistent species. They cared about one thing, and that is the gimmick. Make a sound and you die. Everything else is glued together around that concept, and to be quite fair, I'll call a spade a spade. This worked brilliantly. I mean, I did really enjoy the Quiet Place movies, but they aren't the most terrifying alien species. They don't have the xenomorph hive mind. This isn't the Thing. This isn't the Edge of Tomorrow's time loop monsters, which is fucking crazy. These aren't hyper advanced civilizations sending interstellar conquerors. These aren't the white spikes. No, these creatures are basically super aggressive, blind space animals with armor and claws, and humanity, if we weren't depicted as NPCs, we would absolutely annihilate them. Honestly, I give us about 1 week, maybe two, before we figure out exactly how to break them. The movie even proves this. In day one, humans discover a major weakness within 48 hours. We literally watch a helicopter blasting noise to redirect the creatures away from the evacuation routes. Boom, weakness discovered. Humans should have already been in full military engineering mode by day 3. Yet, somehow, between day 1 and the first Quiet Place movie, the whole planet turns into a post-apocalyptic wasteland, like we all collectively forgot basic problem solving. No drones, no traps, no coordinated defenses, no satellite tracking, no ranged weapons used effectively. And the craziest part, these things have no ranged attacks. None. They physically have to reach you to kill you. Meanwhile, humans have missiles, artillery, mines, drones, tanks, jets, and frequency-based weapons already hidden in every electronic store. And speaking on the frequency, the hearing aid that was used in the movie, that should have ended the movie in a week, maybe even the first day. Who knows? Regan didn't accidentally discover the creature's weakness. Her hearing aid malfunctioned, simply exposing something that the military should have found instantly. If humans captured even one creature, which any competent army would, we'd test its sensory range, measure sound responses, and determine the exact frequency that forces it to open its armored plates. Regan's device becoming a weapon is poetic and works for the film narrative, but logically, It should have been one step in every scientific lab once the invasion started. You mean to tell me that the US military, with billions in equipment, couldn't figure out what a 12-year-old solved with Radio Shack parts? I mean, come on. If humanity actually responded like humanity, here's what would have realistically gone down if these death angels landed on Earth. Phase 1. Silence, surveillance, and bait. We'd instantly switch to silent comms, radios, lights, hand signals, lasers, drone relays, and people in the movies already use sign language. Scaling that up really isn't that hard. The next thing would be sound traps. We'd flood empty farmlands with generators, sirens, and speakers. The creatures sprint forward to sound? Perfect. Funnel them into kill zones. Then, drones. The movie pretend drones doesn't exist, but silent drones with heat and motion sensors would map every creature within hours. Once we identify their hives, it's game over. We secure humanity in soundproof bunkers and panic rooms, then move on to phase 2. Now don't get me wrong, of course, we would probably lose a couple of humans, right? We'd lose a couple 100,000, couple, probably even more than that. But still, humanity would take the win. Phase 2, capture and reverse engineer. We trap one creature alive, just one. Chain it down in a safe soundproof facility, test frequencies, test decibels, test vibrations. Eventually, we replicate exactly what Regan stumbled upon, a frequency that forces their armor to open up and stuns them. Instant vulnerability. Then we weaponize it. Sonic grenades, frequency rifles, city-wide emergency speakers. I mean, everybody in their phone has, what is it, the emergency things, like when, you know, people go missing and stuff like that. All we have to do is weaponize that. Done. We don't even need city-wide emergency speakers. But anyways, vehicles mounted with sonic cannons, drones broadcasting a signal, airstrikes coordinated with sonic bursts. Reagan's discovery becomes globalization in days. Phase 3, Extermination and Reclamation. With the frequency mapped and weaponized, drop sonic bombs on hive clusters, stun entire populations of creatures, firebomb or missile strike them while their plates are still open, sweep remaining areas with armored task forces, release open source sonic tools so even rule survivors can even fight back. By day 21, alien numbers would drop below 1%, and humanity wins within a month. And after that, the real question is, where did they come from? Who sent them? Because as many fans have theorized, these creatures feel like biological weapons, launched on meteors, bred for destruction, and designed to overwhelm planets before the actual intelligent species arrives. And if that's true, then humanity needs to prepare. We need to salvage their armor, craft next-gen suits, build biomechanical exoskeletons with quiet place tech. Imagine soldiers with that armor. We'd be unstoppable, and we wouldn't be susceptible to all that sound frequency stuff that they're susceptible to. That one weakness. Come on, guys. Humanity definitely takes the W with this one. Anyways, these aliens are great movie monsters, but logically, they're not. They are not lasting 2 weeks against a functional human resistance, especially once their biggest weakness was literally revealed by a child with a malfunctioning hearing aid. The next Quiet Place movie, if there ever is one, shouldn't be another hide and survive story. It should be the moment humanity fights back, wipes them out, and uncovers who launched them at us in the first place. We've had enough of silence. It's time for the loudest victory celebration in human history. And as I mentioned before, humans, we're pretty stupid, but we should win this one without thinking twice. Anyways, that's the video for today, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and ring that notification bell if you like videos like this. Let's continue this in the comments below. How do you think we could beat the Quiet Place monsters? And do they logically make sense to you? I want to know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.